get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the hole closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face, a certain weight, because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Sight of you brings the fight in me, makes me wanna move.
Very smart positioning in the green box from Nike, as he will be able to cut off potentially 2 members of Valiant, as he is on an absolute spree.
We're freer than ever, I wanna remember. Oh, we run every endeavor, I wanna remember.
He's going for more. This dude is getting away with murder.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 3 of the K7 League, as we have preseason match number 2 coming up against Rated White versus Living Nightmare. I am Shifty here, joined by Trevor, the notorious Trevor Johnson. Trevor, how are you doing tonight?
I don't know why I'm notorious, but tonight's a pretty good night so far, I guess. Ready to get into some preseason matches for Call of Duty Cold War here. I mean, it's always good to get into the new game and to just get back into the flow of things. Here last week we had the Hyped Esports versus Hustle Gaming. Great match for all of you that watched it. And tonight, I mean, this is going to be a good match. Rated White versus Living Nightmare. Shifty, how are you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling good. This is actually my first opportunity to commentate here in Cold War, so I'm interested to see, due to how early it is still in the game's run, as to what the metas are going to be from both teams. I will learn a lot alongside with these players in their exhibition match tonight. That's what it's for. Gives us an opportunity for the teams to kind of come together and play a little bit of organized Call of Duty as opposed to your regular scrims here, as especially how the season kicks off. Season 3 is going to be absolutely insane if the quality is anything like that beautiful, beautiful introduction that K7 got made. As we transition in here to the casters picks, let's take a look and see what we thought was going to be the final outcome here. I know I said 3-2 in favor of Rated, but across the board, it looks like we are all going to give the love towards that Rated White squad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why Hero's on the casters picks. He's not really casting tonight, but it's whatever. He just needs to be included sometimes. It's okay, Hero. I completely understand. I don't have friends either. But I did decide to go to the 3-1 there. I don't think we make it all the way to that map 5. But either way, I think we have a good series in front of us. Obviously, you think it's going to go the distance, which it would be cool to be able to see all 5 maps happen, although we will have some repeat maps. So for those of you who follow K7 on Twitter and through all the socials, you'll have already seen kind of the maps that we have coming up. But if we can transition over to the maps that we're going to see tonight, you can see that we're going to start on Garrison Hardpoint. Shifty, you have not watched any of this. I did cast over a Garrison Hardpoint, and it's not bad. It's one of those the thing about this game in Hardpoint is it's 4v4, and it's a lot of like holding those off angles through the rotation. So if you get your team set up, you have a really good chance. It's less break heavy than Modern Warfare was, if that makes sense.
I will say, just because I have not commentated over it, I have watched a little bit of it. So Garrison is a map that I'm actually familiar with. And for Hardpoint, I've heard a lot of very wishy-washy results. A lot of people either really like this map or really hate it. It reminds me a lot of Hackney Yard from Modern Warfare in terms of the play style. A lot of small, tight hard points in that area, especially towards the middle of the map. So it'll be interesting to see Hardpoint Garrison play out between these two squads. Rated Gaming, always a very, very kill heavy team, never a team that in my experience has ever really struggled in Hardpoint. As again, we see the maps here up on your screen: Crossroads, S&D, which is my personal favorite map so far from what I have played. Crossroads is a really, really interesting map, and playing control on it is definitely wild, especially as we start to get these map mode combos kind of figured out and finally fully polished as the season begins to rear its teeth. As Control on to Checkmate. Trevor, what's your opinion on that?
I'm not sure about my personal opinion, but I have been talking to some players through various means. And a lot of people I don't hear Checkmate come up a lot when we talk about favorite Control maps. So I'll be interested to see kind of how it plays. I know the favorite, at least from what I've heard and what you've seen a lot of people play in these first two like Challengers Cups and stuff. People seem to like, no one really likes Control, actually. There are a lot of people that are not a fan of it with how it stands, just because of how defensive heavy every single map is. But most people prefer to play Moscow, at least from the various players that I've talked to. But I haven't talked to any of these players yet. So maybe there's something about Checkmate that I don't know.
Yeah, definitely been a polarizing map in my experience as well. Some people, again, really love it or really hate it. But back into the map number 4 again, we will go to Crossroads and finish it off, should we need it, with an S&D on Garrison yet again. So seeing a similar layout to things that we saw in Modern Warfare, where a lot of the same maps kind of get recycled through these series. And I mean, with the teams doing vetoes and choosing what they wanted to play to, especially back in Modern Warfare, we saw that a lot. But hopefully, I'm hoping anyways, with Cold War, as the game kind of expands, as the season progresses, we get a set amount of good maps and modes. Hoping against hope, perhaps, but hopeful nonetheless.
Yeah, and hopefully Raid gets to make it into that rotation. I know it could be a little weird with being DLC maps and such like and things like that, but it's too much of a classic map to not include in the rotation. Just all the crazy memories and stuff from that map that everyone has if you've been around Call of Duty for any time. Unless you're one of the kids that started in Modern Warfare, then sorry. But I'm very interested to see kind of how the maps and modes play out. I don't want to cast 3 garrisons in a row, kind of like we had like 3 gunrunners last year. That was fun. That was not fun, and that will never be fun. But
I'm glad that you brought that up, though, because I think that raises an interesting point. Because with maps like Raid, right, where you have years and years and years and years of players' experience combined on a map like that, does adding it back into a current game's veto system, does that create certain advantages for ones who had played the maps previously versus ones who don't? My opinion is absolutely, but I think it does also kind of create new nuances for how the maps can be played, especially as the gameplay styles tend to change.
Yeah, and it's a completely different game. If it were to be thrown into the rotation here, sure. The routes are going to play different. The speeds are definitely different for the games. And just the movement is overall different from what we saw in the past. Like you couldn't slide previously, when Raid was played, but now you can. So like if it were to get thrown in, I think there's definitely, sure, there may be an advantage for like some of the spots or something like that, but I think routes and timings are going to be completely different.
Just goes to show that when the map is remade, the gameplay style is not, as you can attribute that to some classic maps from the side of Treyarch, composing a lot of people's top 5 maps to play on, especially across the main Call of Duty titles. We will jump to a very, very quick break. So we are getting the lobbies squared up between these two teams. And when we come back, hopefully here in the next 3 minutes or so, we will have Hardpoint Garrison loaded up between these two teams. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We're back as we patiently await the game to work with us and allow us to open the lobby up correctly. Hero, how are you doing? It's been a while since I've talked to you.
It's been a while, man. We're here in the booth live with you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. We're just having.
It's
Casper's
been a
issues.
while.
17 seconds into that song is when that happens.
Yeah, I know, right?
How do you know that?
It's a thing.
But Kamaka called it out on the stream chat box this whole week, bro. Even like testing out the lobbies when I was testing the stream audio out, like the Codcaster settings would glitch and everything, and you couldn't join a team or you couldn't move people. So that's the.
Wait. You test the lobbies?
Yeah, I like.
Oh my god, this is like a legit organization you guys are running here,
Yeah,
huh?
we do, bro. We got it. We got it.
Big, by the way, big shout out to the companies that help make this league possible. Rogue, Energy, Fade Grips Gamers Resort, Get Good Hosts for providing good hosts for us to play on. We appreciate you, even if Hero doesn't say that he does.
Oh, I appreciate him.
Yeah, sure. Is that why the casters are always the one that have to thank him?
Yo, by the way, screw you, Trevor, for calling me out on the picks.
What? No, I didn't call you out. I was just telling the truth.
But, I can't see anything. Hold on, let me just go into the lobby to show you guys what I'm seeing. Everybody's in a codcaster right now.
Nice. Good stuff. This is great. We love this.
Yeah. This needs to be fixed. It's been a thing for longer than this week too. It's been buggy since the start, and they just haven't done anything to fix it, which I think is stupid. Especially like with all like the coverage and stuff that is happening for like the AM side of things. Like people just want to get it out there. They want to be casting and stuff, and then you can't. You just can't, Nemo, because of all these lobby bugs. It's not fun at all.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, from the Trevor Johnson. He is fed up with the codcaster not working here in these Call of Duty games. And I don't blame him. I stand with him. Should be fixed. However, I'm sure they've got plenty of stuff on their plate besides listening to us complain about their codcasters. So
Yeah, we'll just wait here a little bit. We're just trying to see what's going on. Hold on. Actually, I think everything just switched over. Hang on. Let's take a look at this.
Well, while Hero's taking a good old look at that, Shifty, do you know anything about the gun meta so far? I have a couple takes. Talk to some people. Like, what do you know about it?
From what I've seen, the FFAR, or the FAMAS, whatever it is apparently gnarly.
No,
wrong.
They
Wrong.
nerfed
Is it the
it
AK?
so hard. They nerfed it. The FAMAS was the gun. It was the do-it-all, and then they instantly nerfed it. You can't even shoot the thing now. There's kind of a battle. People have split opinions on it, and it's basically personal preference, which I love. So you have a Kilo and the AK. Those are kind of the two ARs that we're seeing. I'd say a Kilo falls into a more traditional main AR. You're holding down the long sightlines and stuff, and the AK is almost like a flex gun. On the sub side, you see a lot of 74Us. You can see an MP5 sometimes, but you mainly only see it on Crossroads, so we may get to see it on this Hardpoint. But it's just the range isn't there like it is on the 74U. Those are kind of the four guns that are dominating the meta right now.
Good to know. So the AK and the Kilo making a resurgence. Is the Kilo was kind of a slept-on gun, wasn't it, back in Modern Warfare? Or do you mean the XM4?
No, it's not the XM4. It's not the Kilo. It's the Krig. It started with a K. Every kiss begins with one. I just couldn't get the right gun.
Oh,
the Krig.
Yeah,
Krig sticks.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Kilo. It reminds me of the Kilo, and that's why I switched them. But yeah, no, it's the Krig and the AK. Are kind of the two. The Krig is the more main AR, like holding down the sight lines and stuff. I mean, you'll see teams run four Krigs. But I like to call the Krig the main AR. The AK can be a main AR, but it's kind of a flex gun. Not quite the Maddox that we saw in BO4, but it's more of a traditional flex, if that makes any kind of sense. And then we'd have the 74U kind of dominating the subs.
This is good to know.
And that's just kind of how it's broken down so far. Yeah, my bad. It's the Krig. I see chat. We're on a delay. I fixed it. I'm sorry. Yeah. So it is cool. We get to see kind of a three. You see more guns in the rotation. It's not just the one, maybe two guns that we saw in Modern Warfare. We're definitely seeing more of a variation, and I personally like it. Myself, I use the AK a lot just because it's hard for me to hold those sight lines. It's hard for me to just stand still. I'm not really that anchor statue player. But it's cool. It's definitely cool to see.
That is interesting because one thing that you and I have even talked about on streams before is how Call of Duty especially is controlled by single gun metas or dual gun metas where, take it back to Modern Warfare, where if you were using anything other than an M4 or an MP5, you were pretty much just wrong. So, unless you were sniping. So, for the most part, it's cool to see players kind of find their own niche and find what gun works with their play style. And it's good that we have a more traditional flex gun because, yeah, that does make total sense. Having something that will work at long range, but you can use in close range should you need it, or maybe certain hard points. Maybe the one in the center of Garrison, for example, will work better with one of those flex guns. So interesting to see kind of how teams take and adapt to those different weapons.
Do you know about the P4 change?
I do not.
Okay, so it's not in the back rocks anymore. It's kind of at that little lean-to thing. Think of like the box on, not the box, but the little thingy on Azir Cave last year. One of the last points where it's kind of the little lean-to looking thing. It's that on the tank side. Is what P4 is now. So that was switched in a patch.
Oh, okay.
So the 3 out of 4 hills are within like 5 steps of each other.
And then the other one's all the way across the map.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, honestly. Because it's 1, 3, and 4 are within like 5 steps of each other.
Yeah, definitely kind of odd. I mean, I'm sure they had a tactical reason as to why they attempted to change it. But, I mean, it's one of those things where players especially have this real problem with getting comfortable very quickly. So they learn a meta and then they get super comfortable with the rotations. And then the second that one changes, it throws a huge wrench in the mix. I mean, we see that with weapon patches and map patches and all kinds of stuff. So that's one of the nuances of playing esports is constantly having to adapt to whatever the developer thinks is the best way to go about laying out the map. And I see the Garrison graphic. That is a good sign. Hero, please tell me that's a good sign.
It's a good sign. Well, let's see what happens. The lobbies are glitched, but let's see if this worked out.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll think it's gonna start and then players just don't get in. Hopefully everyone can get in. It'd be very nice if they can. Are we a player short? Okay, no, everyone did get in. Shifty, take it away.
Nice. We do see both teams successfully make it in as first hard point is popped. Dawsey on your screen will take the first blood onto Gerard as Temper dies shortly after. Genuine, only one from Living Nightmare to pick up a kill off of the break. His first 20 seconds is ticked by already, 12 of those going in favor of Rated Gaming White, as we see Freshy here on your screen pushing up towards that 2/3 map line to begin to influence these spawns and begin to get in towards the Living Nightmare side, but will immediately get cut down as Wartech has really sat in this hard point for almost 30 seconds with no contest at all. And I understand that P2 is important on this map, but like no contest at all important?
I mean, good for him. He's got his time already, man. 42 seconds. And he's already kind of rotating with his team. That's huge. As it looks like Rated Gaming White is already going to be set up in P2. So the no contest coming through from Living Nightmare may not have been the best strategy because you almost got a full 60 on the first one, and now they're set up in P2. So I look for players to just kind of take those sidelines and to just start shooting people in the face. But here we have Raw Dog Gerard. That name gets me every time that I read it. He came in, was disrupting a little bit, but unable to really truly break the hard point. And this is what I was talking about before we even started, that this game isn't as break heavy as the last one. If you're set up, you have a really good chance of maintaining that almost full hold every time. Sure, there are some hills that can be broken, but it's just not like you saw in Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I think that's all going to come down to how the teams play together. I agree that in my experience too, what really it is the nice big gunfight win from Freshy there on your screen as he's 6-3. But one thing that I have seen especially is that you're right, it is harder to break hills in this game, but I think that will create a sort of dichotomy that separates the really, really talented teams from the sometimes talented teams. So we'll see that play out in full effect, across the year, as Living Nightmare finally able to get themselves on the board just before Rated Gaming hits that 100-point mark, as they're still down 80 with plenty of work to do. But with half a minute left in this Hardpoint, definitely not too bad if they're able to assure this scrap time here. As again, you see Gerard on your screen checking those pre-aimed corners as he'll slide around and pick up his 5th kill in a row. Living Nightmare trying to come alive here.
Yeah, and that is not bad at all. That is exactly what you need to do, and you need to kind of ride this momentum as we head to this next hill. We see Rated Gaming already there. We've seen that with every hard point so far. Rated Gaming kind of takes the early control. I mean, we don't really necessarily have control yet, but Living Nightmare definitely needs to get in now and get in quick. Or else this could turn out really bad for them, as there are so many sidelines that you can hold if you're Rated Gaming here. Just like you see Dawsey doing it right now, just watching, peeking from that window, just shooting anyone that he can see. It looks like we might have someone trying to break from the front in heavy. Not quite, as he does fall there. He's at a 1-8 start. He needs to really pick it up for his team if they want to make this comeback, being down all of the points that they are so far.
Yeah, currently almost an 80-point deficit in favor of Rated Gaming, right as they have started off hot, to say the least, as Gerard on your screen poking around the corner. He had 3 players in front of him, though, as all 4 from Living Nightmare will go down, as you see Gerard kind of cut his losses and begin rotating towards that P4 area that Trevor was talking about earlier in the stream, as he picks up another big kill. And honestly, Gerard, the only one really showing out for this Living Nightmare squad, is if you are on the LN team right now, you definitely need a bit more cohesion, as Genuine and company trying to break through the front will successfully do so, but still a 100-point deficit to surmount here. It's not looking good.
Well, and I did get my maps and modes mixed up there for a little bit. We are the hill change I was talking about is on Crossroads. That would be our map 4, not our map 1. But we do see Heavy kind of in the back, trying to get something done for his team as he tries to pick up a couple of people. He does fall. Warteg is just soaking up this hill time, man. He has well over 2 minutes. He has his role, and he knows it, and he's doing it. He does have that 74U in his hand, so he's going to easily pick up that close gunfight. As he's just going to find his kind of little corner here and just soak up as much time as the other team allows him. And he's getting a couple kills too. He's +1 with that death right there, but has almost 2.5 minutes in the Hardpoint. Man, Living Nightmare, you need to get in the hill.
Absolutely a single-handed nightmare, as Wartech right now is 8-7 with, again, 2.5 minutes in hill, basically. Is 50 seconds left in P5 here, the last hill of this first set of rotations. Wartech sees multiple in front of him, but will not be able to pick up anybody, even with the help of Freshy over towards that side. Living Nightmare finally, again, taking some semblance of map control here. They've got members in blue amongst all sides now, as we saw the player sneaking underneath him through the ventilation area as well. But 20 seconds left. It's going to be a late flank if there is one from the players of Rated Gaming, but very wisely coming together as Wartech and Koi, assuming that's how you say it, is they will pick up some big kills there. We transition into the next hard point as Dawsey again, you're holding the sight lines. It's looking like another strong Rated Gaming hold.
Yeah, and this is the one where Living Nightmare finally got on the board. They got one point at the end of this hard point through the last rotations. I look for Wartech just to sit down here and just kind of soak up as much time as he can. He's going to see if his teammates can pick that up before he kind of reveals his location. Does end up getting the kill there, but man, they're just soaking up this time. They're at over basically 220 right now to 71. This does not look good for Living Nightmare, because Rated Gaming can win off of this hill.
Absolutely, and they're looking poised to do so as the members of Living Nightmare trying to converge onto the hill, but are not even able to snag an entry frag as Freshie finally will drop onto the side of Rated Gaming. 16 seconds left on this hardpoint. They only need 9 as 3 are still scattered around this hardpoint. Rated Gaming looking primed and ready to try and finish this game off on the back of a 5-kill spree from Wartech, as that will be it. No, the last second does not go in their favor, but the first second of the subsequent hardpoint will, putting the 250 to 71 final round score line on your screen, again in favor of Rated Gaming White. They came out swinging for the fences here.
Yeah, and what's crazy about those last few seconds is they basically perfectly held that last kill that we really saw, and they were set up for the next one too. So not only did they have essentially a perfect hold with a couple contests, but they had like 2 to 3 players on the next kill as soon as it popped to get that last point that they needed. That's just absolutely amazing. As they do round out that hard point on Garrison, we're gonna head to a Crossroads S&D next, and man, I'm actually really excited to get into this one. But we may head to a quick break. We might not though. Yeah,
I don't know. It depends on.
We'll go just in case to a break, but we'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm Shifty here, joined by the notorious Trevor Johnson, as we bring you map number 2, hopefully here relatively soon. It is going to be S&D on Crossroads, a map that I really, really like, and I think a map that may potentially play pretty well for both squads here, as long as they can get their slaying numbers in order. Definitely Living Nightmare struggling a little bit in that last hard point. Want to see them overcome that performance here in map number 2. Trevor, are you alive, my friend?
Trevor might have passed out.
Trevor. Oh.
We can hear something.
Wait, is he? Trevor, are you there? Hello? Don't leave me here with Hero by myself.
So everything decided to not work. Can you hear me now?
I can. Hello, welcome back.
It died on me just now, so I don't know what happened. I was gonna point out a thing about the map. So there are a couple spots that I like. Couple jumps that everyone might not know about. One that I like is the bridge chow. Off the rip. If you're on the one side of it, I don't know which side. If you're on the defense, yeah. If you're on the defense side, the little bridge chow, you can crouch and look through the little shelves and actually see the other team before they can see you. So that's kind of cheeky, kind of fun to use. So maybe we'll see that if we see someone on the defense running toward the bridge. Other than that, I'm not sure what to expect here. A is wide open and B is kind of by the tank. So let's find out.
Notoriously, we tend to see teams favor the more wide open bomb sites, as Gerard will drop, giving that first blood over to Koi. Is right now we see Freshie pushing up with that bomb, planting it towards A, as it is 2/3 now finished. The bomb has been planted, and we will see players retreat from said spot, as now players from Living Nightmare rotating towards the middle. Let's see what they do here.
Yeah, and they are down a guy already. So let's kind of see what happens here. Koi, well, that was big. That was a big first blood because there wasn't an instant trade. It was with the snipe. He knew exactly what he was doing. So Living Nightmare definitely needs to make sure they can close this round out. They're just dropping, actually. So that's Dawson going to pick up another kill. Everyone's just kind of running around in circles right now. Just seeing if picking up heavy should get an easy kill there. Maybe two back. That's just finesse. Oh my god. I just needed to let you guys see that so you can appreciate what just happened. That man just got here it is again. Basically an instant replay for us. Oh, it was the best play. Poor guy. Freshie murdered. Not only did he get the kill, but he murdered that man.
Absolute jukes on display from Freshie. He's looking anything but freshman-like as he puts the last member of Living Nightmare down there, as Genuine will take the bomb. It looks like they will appear to head more towards the B site or stagnate towards their side of middle. Koi will pick up the big first blood on Detemper. Was that the spot?
It had to be.
Underneath the shelves, we get the elite play calls from Trevor Johnson here on the other side. Is Genuine still stagnant towards the middle of the map with that bomb, as they now decide to hit over towards B. It's going to be 3-on-2 over towards the site. Genuine does get tagged up with a flash, and now that information obviously going to be relayed back to their teammates. 45 seconds though. Still have some time. They need to go now, as the middle flank will happen. And 3 big back-to-back kills for the side of Rated Gaming, as I believe you'll see 2 of them here from Wartech as he picks up 1 and outguns Gerard there for the second. Great round from the side of Rated Gaming.
Yeah, and those kills right there are why the 74U is favored over the MP5. The MP5 in this game doesn't get the kills as easy as the 74U does there. It definitely has that mid to long range that we saw there from Wartech as he picked up that double kill at the end of the round. I wonder if Koi's going to get another pick. He's had to pick every round to get the first bloods for his team. Are they going to learn, or are they just going to keep feeding this man? Oh, he spotted him.
You got your answer so quickly, as Koi will peel the face off of Heavy from across the map as Freshie slides into the DMs of Genuine, takes him down from behind as now they full rotate across the middle of the map, smoke it out, and now the bomb appears that it will be planted over at A.
And Wartech is picked up through the rotation though, so it is a 2v2 with the bomb going down. This is some classic Call of Duty here. We have a 2v2 retake for the side of Living Nightmare. Gerard already kind of creeping up toward that bomb site. I don't expect any action for a couple of seconds as these players start to get set up, but Freshie could be pretty mean there from that kind of top window if he chooses to chow from there.
Yeah, now last alive in a 1v2
they gotta check the E-hop it.
as the bomb will now be trying to be ninja defused, but will be dropped by Freshie as Gerard now trying to retake his position as the bomb is getting defused as of current. Freshie not going to be able to get there in time though, as the ninja will come out. Great play there from the side of Living Nightmare as Gerard hopping the 1v1 ninja, but we do get a second chance to see this gnarly snipe as Koi on the best play there over top of the tank. But nonetheless, great round there put together by the side of Living Nightmare as Gerard able to make the balls of steel play, if you will, and stick the defuse.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure what Rated Gaming was doing there because there were only 10 seconds left on the clock, and none of them could really see the bomb. None of them had eyes. You got a 2v1 there. You have to be checking that bomb with 10 seconds left. But we might get another. I like to be on Koi here as he could get another pick. As I say that, we're going to switch over to the other team who has a chance to shoot a guy in the back here if he just comes around this corner. Kind of a little cheeky spot from both teams. They're so close to each other, yet so far away as they're going to go their separate ways. Koi is going to get some information on the rotate there. I'm pretty sure he was able to see that guy as he kind of crossed through.
Ooh, big snipe miss there though. He did try to retreat back to the other side, but his teammates have his back like a butt crack as Heavy goes down as well last. Is Rated Gaming going on a nice little spree there at the end of that round. Only losing one member as Dawsey here on your screen will pick up one and potentially the second up around this corner here as he was your final kill as well as best play on Heavy. Great job to Dawsey there as again Rated Gaming adding another notch in their belt within this game. It is now 3-1 as Genuine really needs to come alive here and try to counter snipe for the fact that Koi is getting first pick almost every round.
So I like to see the Tundra, which is what I'm pretty sure Koi's been using versus the Pellington there. Yeah, so he does have the LW3, which I don't know why, personal preference I guess. I liked a little bit heavier snipers rather than the Pellington, but Koi definitely showcasing his skills at 5-1 with the sniper. Is he going to be able to get a little jump shot here? Nah, there's no one there to answer his call, but looks like they're going to work the A site. Genuine does have information on two of the players, though. He's going to let his teammates know, and they're going to rotate. But it looks like we're going to have a rotate from the other side, too. Maybe not. They're juking everybody right now. Let's just see what they do.
A big game of Ring Around the Rosie provided to you by the see-through caster vision as Koi will quick scope Heavy right to the side of the head there as he was none the wiser, and they will get a first blood along with a trade off of Wartech as Dawsey will pick up the second kill respectively for Rated Gaming. Genuine going to be the big player to watch here as he does see the smoke has been popped, but Koi too strong on the corner snipe as he is 7-1 right now. And again, Gerard last alive with the world against him, and the world has won that round anyways, 4-1 now in favor of Rated Gaming.
Yeah, so when Koi got that kind of quick scope there, that was a free plant for his team because the other two players rotated toward that B bomb. So not only was it a big kill, not only was it a kill, but it was a big kill because that was the free plant and then led to Freshie kind of pushing up here. So I actually thought Koi got that kill there, but it looks like Freshie did, or at least he got some points to make it the best play with the bomb plant. Not really sure what that algorithm is. I think they just have like random monkeys in the back that click on random buttons to figure that one out. But Koi 7-1. If he gets a snipe here, I feel really, really bad for the other team because this man is just piecing them out with this Tundra.
He's absolutely been doing his own form of the Lord's work here as Koi has been delivering judgment to these Living Nightmare players. But in that time, short Two go down from Living Nightmare. Is Gerard able to trade back again? Koi will pick up another as Rated Gaming is on a roll. 5-1 right now in favor of the RG White squad. Gerard here, though, on your final kill cam, able to pick up the wall bang and probably another kill up here around the corner onto Dawsey, picking him off the head glitch there. But again, still nonetheless, and it seems like it's been that way the entire game. Living Nightmare will pick up a couple kills in trades off of Koi's first blood, and they're not able to do anything with it, even when they have the brief numbers advantage. But Rated Gaming has been just too solid across the board here through the first 6 rounds. Infamous round number 7, though. Shout out Kyle if you're still in the chat. Let's see what happens.
The one thing I want to point out from that last round is the sniper on the defense, how quick you can rotate from A coverage to B coverage. And you kind of get it on the offensive side too, because you can just move so quick back and forth. I actually questioned how much the sniper would be used on this map. It is actually elite with just how much you can get covered in a short amount of time. So Koi showcased it perfectly in that last round when they were on defense, just hopping back and forth A to B, A to B. But to talk about this round, we have a 3v3 right now. Rated Gaming does still need to get the bomb down. If they can get another pick here, that's going to give them the plant. It looks like they're going to work this A side, though. I assume some smokes are going to go down, and they're going to try to get the bomb down with it. Gerard could sniff it out and prevent this from being planted, though, with that nade.
They did sniff out that second blood onto Genuine there. Is Rated Gaming again such a fan of popping the smokes. Wartech not able to get away from the long shots from Gerard, as now he's posted up top, but he can't just sit here. He does have to defuse the bomb. Koi with that sniper across the way, but doesn't see the flanker in heavy. They may have a pinch here. Dawsey making a very, very wise play, wrapping all the way back around to the opposite side, and will catch Gerard with his pants down. What a great lap from Dawsey there, as the 1v1 will come in, and he will not win it for the side of Living Nightmare. It looked like that player had Dawsey dead to rights, but instead, Dawsey will finish off the 1v2 clutch.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see there. He did the smart thing. He rotated out, picked up kind of the long shot on Gerard there, and then he said, "You know what? I'm just going to chow this down." And it worked because he got the kill, and that's kind of the glory of the AK there, because you can do that. You can lay down those long shots, and then you can kind of get that mid-range gunfight. And then it's even good up close too. I don't know if it consistently outguns the 74U, but man, that gun is good. We kind of got to see it right there with that 1v2 clutch to close out the search and destroy. 6-1, Rated Gaming White. Right now, Hero's looking pretty good with that 3-0 prediction. I hate to say it.
He really is. Again, Hero, thank you for everything you do for K7. You do a great job here back behind the scenes. All the stuff that you guys get to see provided by the wonderful computer of Hero here is we will end up seeing a control here on the map that you said you weren't really a huge fan of. What was the name of this map again?
This is going to be Checkmate, and I'm not
Checkmate. Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Queen's Gambit, good show. Everyone check it out. But talking about chess there, as we do get the Checkmate. But no, I'm not sure. I actually haven't played or casted or watched this map on Control. So I'm actually really interested. I've only seen it on Hardpoint. But I'm actually really interested to see how it's going to play for the Control. One thing to note, most maps are very defensive heavy. So whoever, if it does go to that last round, basically whoever gets the defense is going to win, and I'll stand by that. I'm not sure. I think it's determined by kills as to who gets the defense, who gets the offense. I'm not 100% sure. I'll learn as we get a little bit further into the game. But Control is just so defensively favored, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, from what I've seen in my time as well, it's definitely been a very defensively favored mode, but we will see if maybe potentially that will be violated here in this Control on Checkmate. We're going to throw it to a very, very quick break, as Trevor and I will be back with map number 3. Can Rated Gaming finish it off in a swift 3-0? Find out right after we come back.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Shifty here again, joined by Trevor Johnson, as we take you to map number 3 here of this Rated White versus Living Nightmare matchup. It is again going to be Control on Checkmate. Trevor, give me a prediction here.
I think it's going to be rated, just because of from what we saw in the Hardpoint. They definitely held down the power positions that they needed to. Control, you are on a life cap for Control, so that could play a big thing, play a big part if rated just comes and absolutely outslays the other team, kind of like we saw in Hardpoint. We saw players with like 1-2 kills, almost a full set of rotations through our first Hardpoint. So if they kind of get into that rut for this Control, that's an easy live. Just taken. That's how you lose it.
Fair enough. Is, by the way, to answer your off-screen question, I don't know if you saw it in the Discord, but it does sound much better now, as we are now able to hear your beautiful voice in full clarity. As the Checkmate graphic, I believe, getting ready to be thrown up on the screen again. That is a good sign. If you're just joining us, welcome to Sunday Match Day here. Hope you've had your full of NFL football or other COD, whatever you've done today.
IU won today.
IU did win today. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Kentucky fan, so but that's
Oof.
So. Yeah, big oof indeed. As they're 2-4 right now or something like that, or 1-4 in basketball. But anyways, the game is started, and in the amount of time it took us to run through that little tangent, Living Nightmare has already lost 2 of their respawns to the members of the Gaming as Vortec and Freshie, now both attacking the A site. Some progress has been made. You see that up in the top, as now 1/3, almost 2/3 have been captured. Nobody from Living Nightmare able to make anything happen until now, as Heavy are able to pick up some big trade kills to stop that push and assault on A. But one thing that we see with Control is a lot of times we see one site be used as bait, so other teammates can try to flank around. We'll see if that strategy holds true for Rated Gaming here, as they are now down in the respawns.
Yeah, that strategy will not work here just because of where they're placed. If the B control was down, like looking at the minimap, if it was down and to the left, maybe. But where it's like kind of positioned right at that wing, that's going to be really hard to kind of hit a flank, just because you can have players from Living Nightmare kind of posted up on that plane. This is where I'm saying that it's super defensive heavy. So we saw Rated Gaming with a really good break, like really good break off strategy, and it's kind of tough now. So they are going to get the progress at A. Let's see if maybe they can show us a different side of control and win an offense, as they are probably going to cap this A spot. It's only going to take a couple more lives. They're definitely going to throw it to get the extra time, because Shifty, Black Ops 4, you saw a lot of things coming down to lives. Cold War, you see a lot of things coming down to time. So they're definitely going to need the extra minute from this A site before they even attempt to take B, as Dawsey's kind of going to hold down a sightline for his teammates as they kind of get the entry there. But with a minute and a half, if they secure it now, it's going to be tough to get B with Living Nightmare already kind of set up.
Absolutely, but with that being said, they are trying to laugh in the face of your doubt, as Living Nightmare now all 4 down. They're down to 8 respawns left, as the B zone is beginning to be captured. A was captured about a minute ago now, as 1/3 already fully completed. And you're right, it may boil down to time here, but honestly, with the way Rated Gaming is slaying out on this Living Nightmare squad, we may not even see it come down to time. Only 5 respawns now remaining for the side of Living Nightmare. Heavy, the only one that can make any type of objective play.
Yeah, so I can't remember which pro said it, but I heard one of the pros say it, that you have to play offensive controls like a team deathmatch with limited lives. And that's kind of how you have to play it, and that's kind of what we've seen Rated Gaming do. At least they're definitely playing their lives a lot better. I mean, Koi is at 8-2 right now, Wartech 8-4. You're definitely going to get a live advantage there, as this is going to go to the side of Rated Gaming on the offense, barring some kind of miracle from that 1v14. But yeah, so what we saw there and why they were able to win the offensive round is because they played their lives so much better. If you don't outplay the other team and take out all of their lives, you do not win the offense. And that's what's kind of weird about how Control plays in this game and kind of what we saw. So they played it like the team deathmatch that the unknown pro said. Karma, Scump, one of them said it in one of their streams that I was watching their scrims, or watching the tournament. But they played the team deathmatch, they won the offense, and with how Rated Gaming played, they're not going to lose this defense.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. The way the game play has to change and slow down for you to take control of your respawns. Right now, Freshie on your screen is great Chow, as he's picked up 2 kills off the break very quickly here. He's got a streak of 6 that extends back into the last round. Again, a 1-0 lead for Rated Gaming. Is that player none the wiser? Is Freshie able to walk around the corner? He's trying to give him the whoop-de-wop, as will not happen. Temper jumping around the corner, being the beneficiary of that gunfight, is now 23-20. Is Living Nightmare not able to make any sort of semblance of push towards either site, as Temper taking a page from Freshie's book there, as he immediately hops in the right corner. Gerard missing some very key shots onto Wartech, though, and that will be dangerous, because now only 2 members of Living Nightmare over towards A, and Saucy will drop one of them, and the last one falls. No points at all for the side of Living Nightmare so far.
One thing I want to point out is that Koi is kind of holding down the sightlines with that Krig. So it's kind of a fun thing to see, as he's you see him kind of watching the ways that they can come from their spawn, and then it can get some of those up close if you were able to do that. That gun is very capable of winning that gunfight. But he did get kind of up close and personal, which main ARs, close and personal, not always the best. Now, I'm not calling him a main AR. I do not know his role, but that's kind of the role he was playing in that instance. Freshie kind of pushing up toward the spawns again. He's done this a couple times, able to finesse. A couple spawn kills could be deadly to Living Nightmare, only having 8 respawns left, 7 and counting. As they keep dying, the more I say the number, I'll stop saying it for the sake of Living Nightmare fans. I am sorry. 16-6. That is not good. Not good looks. Time's out. I didn't
Yeah.
even notice that.
3 seconds left as it's almost over. Round number 2 for the side of Rated Gaming is 0.1 seconds left on the board, but was not able to ensure that offensive attack. As we saw Freshie again on your screen pick up the final kill. Wartech here with the best play, wreaking a havoc towards that middle lane. As that was the crazy gunfight that we saw from Gerard's perspective, as he did drop to Wartech there. Great first 2 rounds from the side of Rated Gaming, as 3 of their players, my goodness, 43 and 20 combined. So really solid start from the side of Rated Gaming. And honestly, if it's as defensively favored as Trevor here has been raving about, and we may finally maybe see Living Nightmare put a point on the board, but if not, I mean, it's getting scary.
Oh, Shifty, I promise that it's defensively favored. Living Nightmare is just getting railed by Rated Gaming right now. Through the first 2 and then this third map too, man. They're just absolutely destroying the other team. I mean, Heavy was looking to maybe get some kind of spawn trap coming from the side there, but just instantly sniffed out and demolished. As there's already a 1-tick progress for the side of Rated Gaming on this A site. Koi's just kind of holding down this middle plane. If he can stay up here and get those kills that he's been getting, man, he's, oh my god, that is so this man is nasty.
Nasty, he said. Like 3-week-old milk, this man Koi. From the box's head glitch, he raised down hell as Heavy will be caught in the crossfire, as Freshie will pick up another kill. Now 22-13 in favor of Rated Gaming. 22-12 with the kill on your screen. Make it 21-12 as a sliver away from being captured. We're going to see a big gunfight here as Koi will not even have to take him out. Wartech will do the dirty work for him, as immediately we're halfway through the first tick onto B with over 10 respawns remaining being the difference as well.
Yeah, and Koi on that 5 spree, man, he's just ripping people off of any kind of heady they try to get to. Dude hasn't died yet. He's just kind of holding down that plane, is what he's done this whole map. And man, when you have 18-7 with over almost 2 minutes left for the side of the offensive team, it is not good looks for Living Nightmare. When literally everyone's talking about how hard it is to play control, having the defensive side, and you're just getting absolutely demolished on your defense, that is not good looks, man. I mean, you're 2 respawns left. 1:30. They're not even trying to cap the point because they know they can just get these kills. I mean, someone like Freshie 25 and 11, Wartech 20 and 9. God, I feel bad for Living Nightmare just for how much they just get. 8 and 22, man. Yikes.
Yeah, absolute railing in favor of Rated Gaming, as now those respawns for Living Nightmare are done, as you saw Heavy lose his final life. There on your screen, Genuine creeping through the middle of the train. Freshie put his Crixus ears on there and was able to sniff him out as well. Gerard last alive, living on a prayer, as he will fall as well. Rated Gaming will take the 3-0, not only in the control, but in the series as well, vindicating Heroes' predictions, as this was a blowout.
Yeah. Just yikes, honestly. I mean, I feel bad for Living Nightmare, but just with how that last map played out, here we see Hero gloating over over his pick there.
We are the champions, my friends. Say you're sorry on stream.
I will never say I'm sorry to you.
You know what, Hero? I'm sorry.
Thank you, sir.
I shouldn't have doubted your infinite wisdom, because this is clear proof that K7 is rigged.
I was going to say it had he not said it in that sentence.
All right, we're going to close the broadcast out, and thank you all for coming.
But on a real note, Trevor?
I mean, it was a good series. We got to see different guns, how different maps played. 3 completely different maps for those first 3. Got to see kind of how they played. We got to see the Hardpoint and how dangerous the 74U could be with Wartech holding over 3 minutes in the Hardpoint. We got to see Koi with the quick rotations on Crossroads for the snipes. And then we just got to see utter domination there in that last map by Freshie, I believe. Just pushing up into the spawn and completely killing the other team. What we saw there was just a really, really good series from Rated Gaming White and a lackluster series from Living Nightmare.
Absolutely. As on your screen now, you do see. What do you see? What do you see, Trevor?
The next match. Yes. So December 20th. That is a week from today, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We are going to have Swear Society versus God Gaming for our last preseason exhibition match, at least for December. That will round out our December before Christmas. Just a nice little Call of Duty match to get you ready for the holidays.
Absolutely. As we are approaching ever so closely to the beginning of Season 3, these exhibition matches will help the players wet their toes a little bit as we will transition into the big money matches early in 2021. I am Shifty here coming on behalf of K7 League. Thank you guys for having me. On behalf of Trevor, the rest of the crew here at K7, on behalf of all of the sponsors that make this possible, we will see you December 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern with Swear Society versus God Gaming. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Deuces.
Sight of you brings the fight in me, makes me wanna move.
Very smart positioning in the green box from Nike as he will be able to cut off potentially 2 members of Valiant as he is on an absolute spree.
We're freer than ever, I wanna remember. Oh, we run every endeavor, I wanna remember.
He's going for more. This dude is getting away with murder.